So right now, Carlos, we're going to put you answer these questions for me as quick as possible, but you can elaborate some. So starting over, what would you do differently if you would do anything different?
I would have hired a mentor. Man, brother, I didn't hire my first mentor till about 4 or 5 years in the business. I would have hired a mentor, but I will say this. You have to vet, like thoroughly vet the person. And I have so many ex-fortune builders that come to me. Before Terry Thayer gave me $50,000, guess what he did? He flew into my office. You see what he flew into my office. Hey, I'm in town. Can I stop by? Yeah, sure. And you know, he flew. And Terry Thayer, another guy you should probably at some point interview. This guy's a monster. He has a huge community from fortune builders, actually. So anyway, he flies into my office, him and his wife, and he's like, okay, I've seen enough. How much? I was like, wait, what? I was like, no. And brother, I actually didn't even take him under my wing for a few months. Like he was like counting me. This guy he was crushing it in real estate. Like he was a developer for 20 years, fix and flipper for 20 years, went through 2 recessions. And he's like, I want to know how to actually get to these off-market discounted properties so I can then choose my exit strategy. If I want to fix and flip it, I'll fix and flip it. If I want to wholesale, but he flew to my office, looked at what I had going on, and then he said, I need you to coach me. So I would hire a mentor a lot sooner, but I would vet the hell out of them, not only on the business side, but I would also vet on like what's behind what kind of person is this behind the curtain. So that's what I would do differently for sure.
Okay. All right. Next, what is one characteristic you believe every high producing investor should have?
Man, I'm gonna say leadership. Leadership. I would not be able to scale the way that I've scaled, multiple companies if people didn't believe in me. If I didn't lead by example and I didn't empower and encourage other people, how can I ever grow companies? Gotcha. I can't. One person can't do 27 companies. True. I mean, no way. Right? So that's the one thing that I feel like. Don't get me wrong. There's so many personality traits that you should have. But leadership is definitely up there with anything else.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. So in parting, Carlos, what words of encouragement could you tell someone that's either just getting started or someone that's doing 3, 4, 5 deals a month and they say, but I'm ready to take it to the next level?
Okay. Overcome the fear of investing money. Overcome the fear. Start thinking of marketing as an investment, not an expense. Start thinking of people, okay? The people that you're going to hire to help you grow this, start thinking of them as an investment, not an expense. That's what I would strongly encourage people out there right now.
Absolutely. I mean, you're spot on. There's so many people have a closed fist when it comes to spending money. But if you look at
then they
never grow. If you look at that money spent as investments, if you look at it as seeds that's going to produce a fruit, that tree is going to produce more fruit, then you just got to change the perspective.
Brother, I told you earlier, I said, hey, why do I spend so much money on marketing? Because for every dollar I spend, I get 4 to 6 back.
Yep.
Like what? How does that? That's logical. I spend $1 and I get 4 to 6 back. Is that an expense or an investment?
Investment.
Exactly.
Investment. And actually, you will be doing yourself a detriment and your country your company a detriment if you don't spend that marketing money.
You'll never grow.
Carlos, man, I really appreciate it. I know the people, they appreciate it. How can we reach you? What's your IG? Where do you want people to go to find you?
Brother, there's two things. One, Carlos Reyes on Instagram. I'm one of the few Mexicans out there that has like a little blue check mark.
Okay.
Yeah, just look at Carlos Reyes and there's a little blue check mark. That's me. There might be multiple accounts, but that's me. And just, man, I'm always in my direct messages. I'm always like, brother, the one thing I'll never let go of because of where I come from and everything I've been through, I'm always going to be a servant of the people. I'm never going to, when I have my private jet here in, 2 to 3 years, it's not going to matter. Like I'm nothing. Like I'm nobody. I'm saying, like, I will always serve and love the people, bro. Always.
Well, Carlos, I appreciate your level of humility, man, and your level of service to the people and to the real estate community. I really applaud you for that, because there are some people that can come off as arrogant, boastful, and things like that. But when I follow you on Facebook Live or Instagrams, things like that, you're being completely humbled and showing integrity in every message that you put out. So
thank you, brother.
I appreciate that, man. And I'll award you for that, because as a co-real estate investor, as a co-educator, our names are only going to go as far as our integrity allow us to go. So, man, well, big ups, brother, you on that.
One thing that I learned, so when I was starting in this game, I was reaching out to like a lot of big dogs in this game, and nobody would give me the time or the day. But there was one person, okay, Rashawn from Rock Solid Investments. I don't even know if the guy's even around anymore, but he gave me 15 minutes in between meetings. I remember this. He said, he's like, biggest piece of advice that I can give you, Carlos. And by the way, I hadn't even done one deal by then. He says, this is a reputation business. Literally, like he's like, real estate's a reputation business. And I was like, what does that even mean? It didn't make sense to me until I started like growing. So you're absolutely spot on, brother. Reputation is everything in this business.
Yep. So guys, Carlos, thank you for spending this hour with us, man. We really appreciate it. Thank you.